Oh God, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? How can I tell you? Things have gotten from bad to worse. Just from bad to worse. I am staying at a hotel, as you can see. Um, I can't believe what I'm paying. But I have to be here because we have no running water. We have no running water, and there's problem now with the hydraulics, which means that we have to boil the water because it might be contaminated. You know, so there, and there's no Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi service. So I can't do the videos and I can't do the readings without the Wi-Fi. And I'm in New York City. My account is in New York City. So, and then I pay my phone, my monthly phone bill. But remember, because of the divorce and separated from Emory and all that, we don't have joint accounts anymore. So I have to have my own service. But I'm here in Sugarland, and things are not as simple here as they are in New York City. Here is the city of Sugarland today. This is downtown Sugarland, and that's City Hall. Now, isn't it interesting that Sugarland, the city of Sugarland, right on top of it, you see the pentagram, the star of the Masons. This is City Hall. If you look to the left of you, my right, looking at your screen, there's a plaque at the bottom. There's two plaques. The tree is covering the one on the left, but not the one on the right. And that plaque, there is the Masonic symbol of the compass and the ruler. That goes like this and points down. There, and then on the other side of the plaque is the government charter. This is the mayor is here. And if you look at the structure, and at the bottom, you can't see it because of the lawn, you see the astrological zodiac. And it is designed exactly the way DC is with the upside down inverted pentagram. And then you see several pentagrams all throughout the city of Sugarland. Now let me tell you, there's a lot of wealth in Sugarland. I told you, there are people that have jets and planes and they have hangars. I cannot believe the money that's here. But now you know why. Because the Masons run this city and they have their symbols right in your face. This is why I show you this, to let you know that this ain't my philosophy. This is not Fernandology. This is stuff that is in your face. And if you know what to look at, then you'll see what you're seeing. Okay, these are the power, the most powerful. The entire city is built masonically, and there are lodges everywhere. I just thought I mentioned that to you. Of course, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to make it nice and cute, but the sun is very powerful. So I'm gonna have to close the blinds, otherwise you won't be able to see me. Okay. All right. Oh, it's cute for $300 a night. But it's the Marriott. And even then, there's difficulty. All right. Okay, let us finish the part 3 is the final cut or the final. So I'm gonna really tell you what I gotta tell you now in this one. And then the rest of the information concerning blood and archives will be available at Patreon. And I have not yet decided. Well, I'm gonna do that once once we get power and get everything situated and get out of this retrograde. Thank you so much. I look good and I feel great. I really do. I really, really do. I try to give you scenery, but I can't even see myself. It's just too bright and sunny. So let me go to my little simulated office here. Maybe let's see if that'll do. I don't know. Maybe here. Huh? Okay. Can you see me? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Maybe here. Is that better? Maybe here. No, I don't want that to fucking get wet. Okay. That might be too, oops. Oh, damn, I almost fell. Is that good? No, it's still too dark. Still too dark. Oh. Let's see. Let me move this out of here. It's too sunny, but I like it sunny, but let's see. Maybe that'll do it. Right? What's the other light coming through? Huh. Well, I guess that's the best I can do, huh? Okay. Is that better? I think that's better. Now I have to make it has to be totally dark in order to have more visibility. Is that right? No, that's too dark now. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I'm listen. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. You know, my only problem is that I cannot. You know, it's been inconvenient to do the readings and do the videos consistently. Stephen Glazier, I'm gonna try to accommodate you today. Wayne, oh my God, my buddy Wayne. Wayne, please forgive me. This retrograde's been a bitch. Wayne, I got you. I didn't forget about you, Wayne. Also, Marcus, our conversation got cut short. Marcus in Dallas, my Libra boy, pretty boy Marcus, I call him. Yeah, we got cut off with the power. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I've decided to pay the hotel. I'm not gonna be paying $300 a night with no service. That's just crazy. But I had to do it for water because there's no water, there's no source to buy water, Papa. So you have to do what you have to do. But I'm gonna I'll make a deal with the hotel so I can use the lobby. And a lot of people are doing that. They're coming and they're using the lobby to connect to the Wi-Fi, so like that they can get service, because we don't have services in the gated community that I am as far in. Okay. So having said that, let me get my water, some water. I came in last night. Checkout is at noon, right? Checkout is at noon. And I'm gonna check out, but I'm gonna hang out at the lobby all day doing videos. I'll probably go to the gym and work out if that's available. You know, it should be, right? Okay. I had some coffee, but the coffee hit me heavy because I didn't eat. I will go to New York as soon as I booked my flight for the 25th of February to return to New York. Let's hope that there's enough fuel or electricity to pump the gas to the plane. We had an issue where there was no gas for the cars. And then when the gas people came, they put the oil in the ground, right? But because there's no power, there's nothing to fuel the hydraulic system. You cannot have oil, and you can have the oil underground, but you need the hydraulics to pull the oil into the gas chambers. You know, the crude oil, not the gas, but the crude oil, to put it in the car. So you could have the crude oil, but if you don't have the water to, like fracking, if you don't have the water, the hydraulics to pull the crude oil into those things where you pump the gas, then you cannot use the oil. You can pull it out. So it's crazy. So if there's a problem with gas for the cars, can you imagine the planes? There's no hydraulic system because of power. So the planes are grounded. It's some serious shit going on here. And I'm just very disappointed at Ted Cruz, the senator, fucking going to Cancun with his 2 girls in the middle of a crisis. Half of the state of Texas is in crisis, and the motherfucker is in Cancun. Really, Ted Cruz? Really? Really? Shame on you. Well, I had a lot to say about it when I posted it on Facebook. But enough of that. Let me blow my nose. And yes, it is heartbreaking. He don't give a fuck. He's a decrepit reptilian, let me tell you. Yeah, I said it. A decrepit reptilian. Makes my skin crawl. Well, anyway. Okay, so they don't care. They're all reptilians. They don't care. The ones running the country. They don't give a fuck. They don't. And I'm going to call him out. No. Not all reptilians are evil, but most of them are. And at least mischievous. At least the reptilian that walks with me, you got to keep him in check sometimes. But these people, they have no moral conscience. Yes, for the most part, yes. Reptilians are evil. For the most part, yes. There are exceptions. They are reptilians, and I'm going to do an occult series about them too. Reptilians, they like power. They like power. They love power. Reptilians are archons. And you have different types of reptilians. They go by different names in different cultures. For example, you have the Octoad. Octoad. That's what they call them in the Middle East, on the Far East. The Octoad. Especially those of Sumeria. And Central Africa, they're called the Chitango. Chitango. The Arabs call them jinn. The Hebrews call them the kilpo. The inverted tree of life. The inverted tree is the shadow aspect of the tree of life, which is the kilpo. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, Ted Cruz is a Capricorn. A devil. I should have known, of course. There are many reptilians that are Capricorns. Remember, the Capricorn is a power-hungry, money-hungry, status-hungry sign. When we're dealing with the lower nature, because we can say all evil, Virgos are thieves and liars if we're dealing with the lower nature. Cancers can be serial killers and murderers. All the signs have lower natures to them. Right? And the lower nature is fueled by these reptilians that have interbred with us. Now, I've already told you that in my other videos about the fall, two archon types. One that was cast out by the God, the true God, and those who decided to come down and mate with us on their own volition. And these are what we call the Yoruba, the Santeria, the Obatala, Yemaya, Shango, Oshun. Those are the archons that fall in that category. They came down and mated with us, and they weren't supposed to. Okay, and we have different categories of them. You have the Raja, the Gede, and the Petro. Now, here I'm not allowed to go too deep into that, or even tell you go into. But I already did that in the other videos. I'm doing the black seed and the ginger, and I'm taking garlic. I see fresh garlic, crush it up with red onion, cinnamon, apple cider, and I'm brewing black tea with it, and I drink it every morning. And as I'm talking, it's taking it all out. Have you guys noticed I'm not coughing like I used to? See, I took the flaxseed, the soursop. I listened to you guys, and I look better. My skin looks better. I'm not drinking as much or smoking as much. I can't anymore. Too much going on. Still losing weight though. Still losing muscle mass, but I think that's because of stress and not eating regularly, because trying to get this stuff on time and running and doing a lot, But I'm going to be, thank you. I'm going to be, yes, I do. Listen, I told you, Uncle Fernando bounces back. Right, you understand what I'm talking about, the Petroses. And they're the most angry. They eat glass. Ooh, when they go, I can't even talk about it. So, my archons belong to the Raja, the more gentle ones. And the Gede and the Petros is a different category. Oh. Yes, the 21st division is the bomb, and that's my house, the 21st division. These are archons, ladies and gentlemen. These are archons. Obia, Loa, Kamble, Babiju, 21st division, Santeria. They're all archons. So if you didn't know, I'm letting you know. And the priests of Santeria are not going to tell you that. They're not allowed to tell you that. This is why a lot of people are angry with me. That's right. They remove the ego from your body and they take over. That is a form of demonic possession. But they're not there to hurt you, because those are not the archons that hate us. The archons that hate humans are the ones that were forced out of heaven, because they were causing such a fucking ruckus in the heavens that they were cast out, with Azazel being the lead of these horrific fallen archons, and the 200 legions that he took with him. All this is in the book of Enoch, and it's in the Bible to a certain degree. So what I'm telling you is not like, a shocking revelation. It's in your face. It's just that it has not been explained. Yes, astral travel is very dangerous. Be very careful with that. Astral travel is very dangerous. Yes, I am live. My stomach is a little queasy. That's why I'm not adding laugh too hard in my stomach. Every morning my stomach gets a little dangerous. I know my stomach is a little queasy. It used to happen a lot. Not anymore, but I haven't eaten yet. Dragons? What about dragon? I'll answer some of your questions until I get to the information because my stomach is a little bit, I'm drinking salsa water. I think because I drank coffee, when you, and I don't like to drink coffee on an empty stomach because it really does a number on you. But it's cold in the hotel. I went to sleep with my shirling because there's no heat in the hotel room. Not enough power to generate that. No, it's not acid. Well, it could be. Yes, and I already went to the bathroom. Coffee is a natural laxative, yes, and I've already been to the bathroom. But I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. And I like to eat and I take vitamin supplements to rebuild my muscles and rebuild the body. Once I do that in a couple you're going to see me go like, oh yeah, I bounce back very quickly, but I just have not been consistent with it because I have too much to do. I still have to develop a schedule for myself. Yes, the Prisca astrology yesterday. Yes, I know. Rocky, why I've come across your channel and as okay, you're either born a shaman, there is no school. Candace Jackson, I have to disagree with you. I have to disagree with you. Shamans are born, that's correct. But just because you're born a shaman doesn't mean that you know all the secrets of nature right there on the spot. There are people that are born to be doctors, and you can tell the demeanor of someone that's going to be a doctor. They're very serious, very studious. But just because you are born to be a doctor doesn't mean that you are a doctor or that you know anything about chemistry, biology, and physics. You still have to learn those things to become a doctor, even though you are born with a soul to be a doctor. So no, I disagree. Shamans are born. That is true. You cannot just get up and say, I want to be a shaman. And even those who do try, it's a lifetime of learning. And then you have to be accepted by the archons. You just cannot get up and say you want to be a shaman. The archons have to choose you. You don't choose them. They choose you. So if we're talking about selection, natural selection, yes. But there are magic schools. What do you think the secret societies are? What do you think the Rosicrucians are? Or the Order of the Golden Dawn? Or the Illuminati? Or the Secret Doctrine by Madame Blavatsky? There are mystery schools. So no, they are real. They are real. Believe me. You're talking to one that has been to them. And I've founded a school of the occult mysteries. So no, you do have to go to magic school. You do have to learn how to use these tools and cast a circle and call the corners. This is a science. You have to learn it. This pentagram that I carry in my neck, that you see in horror movies, this shit is real. This can open doors that are so demonic that it'll make the Ouija board look like a child's play. Or it can give you the opposite, and you're just not born knowing how to use these sacred symbols. You have to learn them. So no, magic schools are real. We just don't call them that. We call them mystery schools. And if you are of the proper bloodline, I come from a bloodline of priests and shamans. So of course I'm going to inherit that. But if you don't come from that bloodline, you're not going to, and it's okay to disagree, Candace. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. But I don't know how old you are, but I'm over 50, and, experience is always the best teacher. So, but we can agree to disagree. No, that's right, Lala. La La Land, it takes 40 years to master yourself, which is why the second Saturn return begins at age 54, 56. Because then you begin your new self as a mastered being. That's correct. Yeah, that is one hell of a combo. The first Saturn return occurs at age 29, 30. And the first lunation occurs at age 27. So at age 27 is when you begin to feel things about to change in your life. The winds of change, and I talk about it. I'll talk about it briefly while my stomach settles before I jump into today's series. And today is the final series. So it might be a little longer than the other series, and then I will continue the rest of the series because it's 16 parts, and that I'm going to start at Patreon next month. What I'm going to do is that once I do part 3, I'm going to do another occult series, 00014, and that's another topic. That's right, at 27, you break down 2 and 7, and that's 9. That's the upper God, that's the higher God. While the number 7 is the lower God or the demiurgic God. I'm a number 7. So I answer to the demiurgic God, the one whose pentagram I have in my neck. This is the God that rules this solar system. Okay? The number 9 is the God that's close to Gaia, which rules the whole cosmos and created the whole cosmos. To the imagination, Gaia. Then execution, number 9. And then from the number 9, which is Jupiter, created the other lesser gods, which the Hebrews call the Elohim. And here is where we have Jehovah or Allah or Brahma, the number 7, which is the number of creation. Okay? It's deep. This is the boss. If you really want to believe in Satan, then we can say that Satan is this God here, number 7. While the real angelic God or the God of goodness is number 9, Jupiter, Zeus. While Jehovah, come on. While Jehovah represents Satan. And Satan is Saturn. And Saturn rules Capricorn, the devil. And that's where we get the concept of the devil. So this, and the king planet now in our solar system is Saturn. But it wasn't always Saturn. All the planets had their day to rule the ages. Now in the Earth period, we are under Saturn. Okay? You all know I'm telling you the truth now. You can research it. You can research it. I'll help you. They say this is not my philosophy. I'm just the whistleblower. Whoop whoop. I'm Armand Nassand. Armand. Yes, and I am a number 7. And as you can see, I'm very invested my whole life. This number pentagram symbol is the number of man. Okay? You shouldn't be scared. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are walking, talking pentagrams. 5 fingers, 5 toes, 5 senses. We're all 5, so what the fuck are you scared of? This is the number of man on earth. But it's been corrupted. It's been corrupted by you know who. So we can fear it. And of course, the church is the leader of the pack. Gotta go to the boys' room. This is the number of man. Again, because it's in service of the demiurgic God. I am a priest towards the demiurgic God. door. So we gotta listen to war. Saturn. Okay, we are talking. Yes. Thank you so much. Take care of your teachers and your mentors because I'm here for you. Now, we're still talking about archons, and I'm going to get to the archon in the blood bit, but this is good prelude to it, so you can understand. Jehovah or Saturn or Satan or whatever, or the devil, whatever you want to call it, because it's all the same. It's all the same. Brahma, Allah, all the same. All the same. It's the same demiurgic God, number 7. In Santeria, and in Obia, in Nolad, they tell you that because you got another number. My beads. The beads represent the 7 planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Again, I'm a priest to the demiurgic God, number 7, Jehovah or Satan. Or that's what people, when they look at me, they go like this because they think I'm a devil worshiper. No, you got it all wrong. That's what the church wants you to think. No, we are in service to the God of this solar system whose vibration is the number 7. The 7 musical scales, the 7 wonders of the world, the 7 continents, the 7 oceans, the 7 planets, the 7 chakras. God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. They're telling you in your face who he is. Number 9 is not Jehovah. It's higher. It's a higher God. The good one. The loving, all Jupiter, Zeus, and beyond him is Gaia. But like a good king, you need a vice president and you need associates and dignitaries to help rule the land. So Zeus is the president, but Jehovah or Allah or Brahma or Satan represent the vice president. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? Your spirit will tell you if I'm full of shit. Your spirit will tell you if this is true or not. The lunar deity is associated with Jehovah. Just ask any rabbi. But yet, the Islamic flag has the lunar crescent. Why, if Allah is a masculine deity, why is the symbol of Islam a lunar crescent? Have you asked yourself that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Allah originally was not a male God, it was a female God, and I mentioned that before. Talk to the emirs of Islam if they dare to tell you. Allah was not a male God, it was a female God. Alata, spelled with a T-E, not Allah, with an H ending. But they're not going to tell you that. Because when we moved from the matriarch to the patriarch age, they changed the names from feminine to masculine. Okay? I love you more. I love you more. If I sound repetitive, good. Because I want you that to be ingrained in your brain, in your young brains. Okay? So, well, now let me discuss the fascination of human blood and the archons. The ones human sacrifice. Thank you, thank you. The archons, they keep me, good. They keep me good. They pick me right back up again, because I'm doing the work of the Creator. And I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm drinking a lot of water, which hydrates me, Oh God, I miss you guys too. I do. But look, things will get better. Yes, I'm trying to keep it tight, and this is terrible. Watch me blow up. It happens in stages. I'm gonna blow up. All right. But understand that human blood, there are two liquids. Yeah, you got it. The water saved my life. It's the water. The water. I could do anything. I represent the goat. Yes, I do. I don't. I mean, it was bad. Because the goat is a symbol of Saturn, right? And in some of the Santeria religions and rituals, we do have a goat that we sacrifice and we drink the blood. Of course, I don't do this in consciousness. I have to be possessed by them, where they take away my spirit, and it's in what they call the third plane, which is still astral. From this plane, I can see them use my body for whatever it is that they're doing. So I no longer do that type of priesthood, but I have my fellow priests who they're like, oh my God, Fernando, I can see them using my body and drinking the blood. But he don't taste it, he don't feel it, because he's not in his body. They remove the ego from the body, and they put it somewhere else. So we're watching from where they put us as they are using our bodies to do what it is that they're doing. And we can't get into our own bodies because they took us out. And then when they're done, then the ego returns. And then the personality returns. It's fascinating to see. Psychologists and psychiatrists do not understand this, and they will never understand this, because this has nothing to do with the brain. This is spirit, soul. Even though now psychologists and psychiatrists are beginning to catch on that this is real, and so many cures can be done with blood. So many cures can be done. When they take over, they cure everything. It baffles science. Well, of course, you're dealing with forces outside of this world. You're not going to understand if you're not a member of the club. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's what the way it is, right? I'm not allowed to discuss my blood type, unfortunately. I can't tell you that. But I cannot share my blood, and I cannot take someone else's blood. So yeah, that's another mistake. Can't share that with you. However, I am going to do an occult series that will be talking about the life paths, and then I'm going to do another occult series that's going to talk about the blood types. Type A, type B, AB, type O negative, RH positive, RH negative. The RH negative is the one of the reptilian blood. So we have all kinds of, and what does life path number 9 means? The life path number 9. First, let me discuss the human blood and the archons. There are two precious fluids that the archons love. They love these two fluids. I love it. And these fluids, what are they? What are they? What are they? Yes, I do private readings. Just call me, 347-485-6258, or email me, fernandoprudhomme@gmail.com. Good, yes. It'll help me pay for the hotel stay. So honestly, because, hey, listen, got to. Thank you. Who said that? Wait, who said? I'm Heru 639. I'm Heru 639. Excellent. You get a free reading. I'm Heru 369. You get a free reading, a free tarot reading by Aleister Crowley Day. Okay? You're right. Blood and alcohol. They love it. They love it. I can't tell you how much they love that. Now, why do they love our blood so much? They like all kinds of blood, but the blood that they like the most, that gives them real power, is human blood. Think of it like this. Let me talk to you guys, to the men. No, we could smoke a little joint. We could drink some tequila, and it can get us a real hard on, right? I mean, come on, this is Uncle Fernando now, but sometimes I gotta be raw. Sometimes you gotta be raw. Okay, excuse me, ladies. But sometimes when a man wants to really have fun, really get his dick hard, some guys like tequila. Some guys like cognac, Or some guys don't do that and they just smoke weed and they get it up and they can fuck all day, blah, blah, blah. Then you have those that do some cocaine and have some Hennessy. So to get it to feel real nice and real horny and real right, and they're doing it and doing it and doing it right, doing it and doing it and doing it right? Okay? You gotta make it a little, I'm trying to make it light, But if you really, really want to fuck and have a good time, you gentlemen, excuse me, lady, for the coarse language, then you might take some Cialis or some Viagra. Your dick will be up all night. Fucking all night long. Ain't that great? Well, think of human blood as the ultimate Viagra or cocaine. And alcohol is like Adderall or Percocet. Irish Moss. Yes, I use Irish Moss. Irish Moss can. Not only does Irish Moss give you a heart on, it makes your dick grow too. So maybe that's why Jamaicans have these big anatomies. Listen, I've been to the army and I've been to Jamaica. You see them. There's like third legs. Sometimes it's the food that you're eating and the nutrients that you're putting in your system. Some guys get real horny on tequila. I cannot drink tequila. It goes, Ew. I cannot have alcohol too much. Ew. Weed, I'm more of an upper person. I'm already hyper, But the cocaine, they kind of mellow me. They mellow me. Again, I have all kinds, and sometimes they don't like these drugs. So I don't really, and I look like I'm a coke guy, but I'm not. I'm just very hyper because I have a lot of energy. Because I have these energies. It's not substance, but I use that. Yeah, Tiger Balm is good. Root tonic, But understand that this is, it's like an exhaler. It's like an exhaler. Okay? The archons love human blood, but why do they? And now let's go back to the conversation of the ego. Remember I was talking about the ego? A lot of you think I'm scattered. No, I'm bringing it all together. But first, I gotta pee. You know, when you drink water, you gotta go to the bathroom a lot. The Irish moss you can get in an Asian store, or you might have to order it. Okay? Right. I'll be right back. The ego is in the blood. The ego is not in here. The ego is in the blood. It's in the Bible. The Bible talks about it, and it's in the book of Enoch, and it's all the other religious texts. This is a great mystery. Before man had an ego, he had no consciousness. He was no different than a plant or a mineral. When Mars was casted out and became Mars, before it became Mars, it collided with the earth, infusing that red iron into the earth. And the blob, as we were, because the earth was still blobby, so we were still blobby. And as the earth got solid, we became solid. Again, the morphology of the planet evolved right along with our morphology. And as we absorb this iron, we develop warm-blooded energy right from the core. And that gave rise to the ego, which awoken outward consciousness. This is called evolution. You have involution, and then you have evolution, and then from evolution you have epigenesis, which means we're going to go to God. We went from being minerals, plants, no consciousness, to waking consciousness, which is the ego, the birth of the ego. And that's evolution, going outward. And then from there, epi, outside of this solar system, outside of this planet, to be gods. This is the scheme of evolution. This is where we're heading. The ego is the will of man. When the archons take the blood of man, they are controlling him. Because to control man, you have to control the ego. And the ego is in the blood. This is why in the Santeria and in the Yoruba and in all these other religions, blood is important and it's required. But we are not sacrificing humans today. Instead, we sacrifice animals. Because the blood of humans and the blood of animals have what we call ectoplasm. Ectoplasm is like Ectoplasm is a subtle ether in the blood. When sharks, if you get cut in the ocean, and I'm talking about a small bitch ass of a cut, a shark can smell that 3 miles away. And I'm talking about a fucking paper cut. What the shark is sensing is the ectoplasm that now it's in the blood, in the water. And the water has salt in it because the ocean water is salty. And that's an electric current. So that smell traveled throughout the ocean. And now the sharks are following that. The same thing with a wolf or an animal that's wounded. The predators will smell the ectoplasm in the blood, and they're gonna know that that animal is exposed, and now they're gonna go and eat that animal, kill it, and drink the blood. The Nephilim, back in the day when there were giants, the Nephilim is an offspring of certain archons mixing with humans, and created these giants. What they don't tell you is that the women died at birth when they create these giants. And what did they do? They would drink human blood. They would eat humans alive. Eat them alive. And drink the blood. And eat animals. Destroy trees, everything. This is why God had to destroy the earth, the great flood, because of these giants. So even they loved blood. You have to understand that when you take, you know what? Look at Dracula. When Dracula drinks the blood of a person, of a woman, doesn't he control her? Like, come to me, and she's like, yes, yes, master, yes. Why does he control her? Because he drank her blood, and the ego is in the blood. So now he's controlling her consciousness. This is the mystery behind the movie Dracula. Dracula is a personification of an archon that feeds off human blood to control its subjects. The same way that the archons control the priests, they do it through blood sacrifices. Yes. Snakes can sense your blood and body temperature also. Yes, yes. And so can the scorpion. The scorpion can sense your body temperature, can read it. And he'll know if you're asleep or if you're awake by the rate of your body heat. So he'll hide in the corner and wait until you go to sleep, because the temperature drops. And that's when he comes into the bed and stings you and kills you. It's all in the blood. Yes, cats. I've had many dreams where my cat is protecting me from fierce demonic attacks or psychic attacks. Oh, I love it. Okay. It's coming out. You just okay. This is why women are not allowed to be whores and just sleep with anybody. Okay? This is why women are not allowed to sleep with just anybody. Because when that dick goes into that woman, his whole history is now inside that woman. And may that all be good. The man's nutrition might fuck up his blood pH, which can fuck up the woman's pH. That's how women get yeast infections. It might be that there's too much semen, or the semen might not be too good. If a guy's a fucking drug addict or alcoholic, you think that semen is going to be good? The pH of that semen might lower the woman's pH, causing her to have yeast infections or fibroids. So a woman's vessel is very, very, very precious and very delicate. There was a time in the Earth's history where you had certain reptilians that came to our planet, and they came in the form of ships that looked like snake. This is why the serpent is depicted in the Mayans, Incas, Aztecs, even in Egypt, Atlantis, the Far East, the Middle East, China, are very big on dragons and serpent dragons. And ancient aliens, they have it partially right. They don't have it all right because they're not shamans. And I know every single one of them, except for the Greek guy that has a magazine. I don't know him, but I met the others. They're all Columbia University professors and adjunct professors. Okay, it's all a brotherhood. Okay,